to Ken Rosewall Arena here in Sydney, and a massive happy Mother's Day to all of the mums out there. We have a cracking game of netball for you this afternoon. Not only is it the Sydney Derby, but it is also the grand final rematch between the premiers, the New South Wales Swifts and the Giants. A near full house here, as you would expect for this clash. Sam Pullman and Caitlin Bassett joining me in commentary for this afternoon. And Sam, I'm coming straight to you on this one. The Giants and the Swifts, the premiers, they lost the game in round one by a couple. They've been a little shaky since then. They're sitting in 8th position, last on the ladder against number 4 on the ladder at the moment. Can they take this game?
I think they can if they focus on their turnovers, which is what they've been talking about, especially Maddie Proud on Thursday night at Centre Circle said there's too many. So if they reduce them today, they're absolutely in this game.
They certainly have had some good performances, been a little inconsistent, but there's no two ways about it. Sides fire up when it is the local derby. We can see the Giants being called out now. And Jamie Lee Price, and he's going to get a big roar. Amy Parmenter, her 50th game at National League level. She's instrumental in the success of this Giants lineup. And walked out a little earlier with her grandma, who came and surprised her for the special day. It was very nice to watch. There might have been a few little tears from the commentary box over here.
And everyone watching, what a special moment for her.
We'd like to think we're tougher than we are, but we are not. Well, there she is, big job on her hands though, up against Paige Hadley, Aussie Diamonds squad member. Well, it's noisy in here already, Sam. Who's going to get the first score here? Hadley with the ball, Proud. Singleton. Cross to Hadley. Yeah, nice touch pass over the top to Singleton. Both defenders fairly heavily on Housby then. Do you think there's a meaning behind that?
There is. They'll acknowledge that she's the one that's going to do the damage, so 2-on-1. But already a turnover from the New South Wales Swifts. So this is the energy that we want to see from a derby.
Well, Shani Layton said it could get quite heated. We can only hope so.
Well, and didn't you just see a little push and shove at the top of the circle then? So it's already started, which is expected in a derby.
Oh, the Swifts will be happy with their start. 2-zip, and the centre pass to follow. Housby. Proud. And again, Singleton, while she's cutting up the baseline, finding lots of beautiful spaces and finishing it off.
And she should have confidence. Brandy Akel, the coach, has given her the start, so why wouldn't you step up and perform like she has in this opening part of this quarter?
Yeah, she has been getting sporadic game time, but it feels like it's been a good mix between herself and Sophie Fawns. Giants heading back. No, early penalty against Maddie Proud. Another good matchup there. Maddie Proud, Jamie Lee Price.
That's the one that I'm really excited about today. Both are leading the league and also their team. So that matchup, I think that whoever wins that will win this game.
Well, good tip there coming from Amy Parmenter. We'll see plenty more of those happening.
I talk about the centre matchup, and then you look at that matchup with Hadley and Parmenter, and it's just as exciting.
Well, they're everywhere, aren't they? Down in the Swifts defence end, it's full of internationals. So many great matchups in this battle. Housby. Hadley. Oh, beautiful triangle across the top then, and again, the one that opens up is Kelly Singleton. Let's get straight down to Caitlin Bassett, who's on the sideline for us.
What a great start from Kelly Singleton so far. I was having a chat to coaches Beck Bully and Bryony Akel just before the game and asking how their young shooting circle's going, and they were absolutely thrilled with the way that Kelly and Sophie Fawns in particular have just been getting out there in every single game and giving it a red-hot crack. So looking forward to seeing this combination build across this game.
Well, I guess the good thing is they haven't got one that they're settled on at the moment, so it means they can make changes. Well, that's not helpful though. A stray ball there, and the one to pick it up is Hay. So Giants here an opportunity. How good's April Brandley been in the Nissan Net Points Team of the Week last week? And A special day for her too. Her beautiful son Clay will no doubt be in the crowd watching mum do her best.
Step around the other side.
Little breather here. It'll be Dwyer and sinks another. So all the shooters is the intercept. Just watch, probably more of a little stray pass, but anyway, it's Maddie Hay on the end of it. And the Harvey Norman replay. Also, while there's a little break, just a reminder everyone at home, also playing for the Carol Sykes Memorial Trophy. The Giants, the current holders of it, having won the game in round one. Dwyer needs someone. Price. Flat ball finds Harton, and again, well, it's the ball speed working for the Giants in that play. They level it up here, 4 apiece. Housby down momentarily. Just saw the shooting stats come up 100% so far. Both sides sitting at 100%. Housby. Proud Housby again. Well, it's been the quick 1-2s, keeping it short, keeping it safe so far, Sam.
And that's the strength of this attack end for the New South Wales Swifts, and really hard if you're a defender. The more the ball moves, the harder it is to defend. So that's their key in this game if they want to keep the Giants defenders out of it.
Inside. Contact centre, advantage
Maddie Proud, good
offside.
contest, but hard to shift Jamie Lee Price. One of the strongest in the game.
Step around. Hold time.
For me this year, the difference between Price is the way that she's kept her cool, and up against Maddie Proud today, she really needs to. We look at the replay here, and I think just a bit of a slip by Sophie Dwyer, and we'll just get that caught white. But doesn't worry her because she stands up and delivers.
Yeah, happy to shoot from distance. Both Harton and Dwyer sitting 3rd and 4th for Suncorp Super Shots this season. That's a good long ball. Well, sometimes can be dangerous, but that one was a safe one. And a quick double-double between Proud and Helen Housby. Smith's looking sharp early.
They are, and pumped. They have the energy and confidence, and if they're going to take on the Giants who are sitting 4th in the ladder, this is exactly how they need to start this game. And creating the errors, we see that fast-paced ball. I think they've done a really good job of clogging this transverse line defensively. Yes, they're finding it easy in the circle, but if they keep Swifts fielding the pressure, the errors like that will come.
Proud. Great bird's eye view. One of the cameras Fox Netball has for you this season. Well, it's a replay ball and Singleton goes to it. She should have left it alone. So just like that, the Giants win it back. Was very clinical to start the game. A couple of errors just creeping in now. Parmenter in her 50th game. Parmenter, there's your penalties. Wow, what a blowout early. 8 to the Swifts, just the one.
And they need to be careful of that. Clow is number 2 in the league for contact. So you need to be able to create that pressure that we're talking about. They're doing well, but enough that you're still in play.
Yeah, particularly inside the circle. Last thing you want to do is give the shooter a second bite at the cherry. Dwyer. Well, that's her first miss. Just didn't look like it had enough on it. Turner. Fraser. Hadley. Long again to Maddie Proud. Couple of occasions, Maddie Proud.
Beautiful ball and vision.
No one's been on Maddie Proud, though. Where's the defence in that pocket? Rebound, and the shot finished, Helen Housby. Hadley. Again,
yes, and that's the damage when you talk about the centre court for the New South Wales Swifts. We keep talking about how dominant Proud is, so you have to shut her down. She's got the support of Hadley, who I think Parmenter's taking care of, but you've got to shut down Proud.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Price definitely needs to step up the defensive side of her game early here.
Just with your eye. Yes.
And there's your last 10, so the Swifts 3 in a row. Giants would love to score here and break that momentum. Oh, great take. strong hold from Joe Harton. Just that one-handed take we often see. Swifts by 2. Yeah, Singleton. It was a good challenge from Branley, but umpire deemed a little too much on the body. Singleton. Good vision into Housby, and another on the board for the New South Wales Swifts. What a start. Now out by 3. Hey. Price back to Hay. Someone's got to come. It's Hutton up the middle. Price again, waiting patiently. Well, it looked like a little soft contact coming from Sarah Clow, but nonetheless, Sophie Dwyer, just the one missing at 80% at the moment. No issue with that one.
This will be the nerves coming in at the start of the game. This game means so much. The crowd is awesome. The shooting stats from the Giants are what we'd expect from them, especially this season. But I think everyone just needs to take a deep breath. I like the umpires are controlling this match because it can get heated. It's about the team that can adjust in this last 6 minutes of this first quarter.
Oh, what a good contest from Parmenta. But no, Proud wasn't letting go of it. Yeah, you say there's a lot on the line here. It's the derby, it's the grand final rematch, it's the Carol Sykes Memorial Trophy. Amy Parmenta's 50th game there. There's a lot to play for.
What more do you want to play for? And such a crucial point in the season. Yes, we look at the ladder, but it doesn't matter if you're, Swifts going into this game in the 8th. It's so tight that this is why this game means so much.
Oh, dribbles in for Singleton. Well, you're right, because they're in 8th. But if they win this game, they get themselves back in equal with 3 other teams on 12 points.
What a win for Sarah Clow then. I love that she contested that outside ball and came up with the intercept.
Advantage goal attack instruction.
Fraser, Proud, Singleton. Proud again. Well, Maddie Proud is absolutely having a field day in attack. Barely anyone contesting the pass.
She is, and Helen Housby's finding that backspace beautifully. And we spoke to Bryony a few rounds ago, and she said that's why she's putting her back at keeper. We normally see her at goal attack, but gee, isn't it working?
Just overcooked that one. It didn't help that Helen Housby went down in the process. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett again, who's noticed something with the Swifts' wing defence.
Yeah, look, Swifts have obviously been quite open in rotating their defensive end in particular, but have they found the answer in Taylor Fraser in wing defence? We've seen Ali Smith play there, Maddie Turner out there as well. Potentially Paige Hadley can even have a run, but so far I really like the combination that Proud and Fraser are doing together across that centre pass line.
And I think that would go to the matchup and credit of Hay. She is key in terms of feeds and second phase receive and centre passes with that Giants attack end. So I'd say they're matching her up for the speed and saying, do not let Hay get that ball.
Well, we have ticked over into the Power 5, and that was our first Suncorp super shot.
That is obstruction and contact centre.
Joe Harton's smart little pass off to Dwyer, and another one on the board. So the Giants get themselves back into one. Just under 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Hadley to Proud. Well, you can see what's happening. Jamie Lee Price is dropping back as soon as Maddie Proud has got the ball in hand, which means she's got all the space in the world to then attack once she releases.
And not only does she have the space to run into, she has the vision. So she can see if you don't have 3 feet hands over, you've got all the vision, which means you can choose who you want to throw to, which is why that ball's going in so nicely.
So Jamie Lee Price may need to have a look at that defensive structure she's choosing to play with, and that is a big win for the Swifts.
And this is what sometimes it comes down to, the pressure you build. Yes, we want to get intercepts at the ball and deflections, but sometimes it's the pressure of the forced errors is exactly the credit to the pressure that you put on defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. You're more than happy to let your opponent throw the ball over the sideline all day, aren't you? It's much easier.
Easy as that.
Singleton, Proud. Well, she's down, but it was a clip on the heels from the 50-gamer Parmenta. Absolutely no need for super shots so far from the New South Wales Swifts. Not under pressure, nor are they finding themselves any further out than underneath the post. There's the Harvey Norman replay to see Proud take to the floorboards. Proud again. Singleton. Proud. Hadley. Proud. Well, they've got all the time in the world by the look of this. The New South Wales Swifts patient. Maddie Proud absolutely cleaning up here. It's quite unbelievable to watch. She's not challenged on a single pass.
She isn't, and for me, sitting here watching, being a part of so many derby games, it worries me for the Giants, because when they're that attacking that well and have that many options, they're really hard to beat, because you stop them on the first one, they've got second, third, fourth options, and you're in all sorts of trouble.
Well, there's another Suncorp super shot too, so they're raining for the Giants, which is keeping them in touch. Surely, though, your game plan, when you look at the New South Wales Swifts and Maddie Proud, the leader of goal assists in the competition, she's your focus. You've got to shut her down. That doesn't look like that is happening at all here at the moment.
No, she's just running wherever she wants to run, which is why she can do all the damage. I think the focus and the feedback at quarter time has to be on one-on-one, and we see the goal assist 9 to Proud, and that's not surprising because she's getting the ball so easily. She can see, she's finishing it off beautifully.
Well, another one, again, looking all too easy for the New South Wales Swifts here. There she is, the co-captain, Maddie Proud, having an absolute blinder in this opening quarter. Sitting on 27.5 Nissan net points at the moment. That is game high. No surprises. Price, Harton.
Hands offside wing!
Hey. Well, it's just inside that Suncorp super shot territory. Doesn't have the distance. Joe Harton and the Swifts are off again. Too easy again. Well, I'm lost for words at the moment. I can't believe there's not been a timeout called or something to address this, because look at the score. It's going to blow out. They're going to find themselves in a position where they're in chase mode, the Giants.
And for a team of the Swifts who have said the last couple of weeks what's costing them with turnovers, and then you see them transition that ball so quickly and execute so well down the court, full of confidence. You have to adjust if you're Giants.
Yeah, missed shot from Helen Housby, but what a strong rebound.
Yes.
She won't miss from here. And it's right on the buzzer. So there it is, the Swifts up by 5 in the opening quarter here of the Battle of the Bridge. Welcome back to Fox Netball. This was a very special moment at the start of the game. Amy Parmenter celebrating her 50th National League game, and her beautiful grandmother surprised her at the game today, so walked out with her just prior to the first whistle. The crowd loved it, didn't they? Went quiet. There's a few oohs and ahs and all that nice stuff.
Such a special moment, and I think it shows how much family mean to you as a player, and it's great to see Giants surprise her with that special moment.
Well, it is quarter time here, brought to you by Origin Energy. You can see Joe Harton in the Giants huddle with plenty to say. They don't look disheartened, and they shouldn't either, just down by 5 at the moment. Certainly a brilliant opening quarter from the New South Wales Swifts. Kept the Giants to 12. That in itself is quite a feat. 17 goals for the New South Wales Swifts, and it's Maddie Proud, the co-captain, doing all the damage at the moment. Maddie Turner having a great first quarter too. Best for the Giants. Jamie Lee Price with 23 Nissan net points. Just started the quarter for us. Underway here. The second quarter of the Battle of the Bridge. The grand final rematch, the Sydney Derby. Back to Parmenter. Price. Dwyer. Well, looked in, didn't like it though. Across to Hay. Now needs something coming forward. Doesn't, so it's over the top to the captain, Joe Harton, dribbles in. Who do you think needs to stand up here, Sam, for the Giants?
I think the entire attacking unit, to be honest. You can tell Joe already demanding that from out the front. To me, it just looks like such hard work down the Giants' attacking end. but so easy, just like that, down the New South Wales Swifts attack end.
Yeah, way too easy. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett, who had an ear in the Giants huddle at quarter time. Surely there was something said to their defence line in stopping Maddie Proud.
Yeah, it was. It was all about shortening up the play and really challenging that front position. Helen Housby is nailing that middle drive and coming up towards the ball. So Julie Fitzgerald really encouraging her players to take that front position away from them.
Well, there you go. Let's see if that's how they respond. They certainly do need to slow them up in one way or another. There she is, the head coach of the Giants, Julie Fitzgerald.
Giants. It's a throw-in.
Well, she'll like the look of that one anyway. Another opportunity here for the Giants, but they do need to start scoring from these. Branley, Parmenter, Hay, Dwyer, all on the same side of the court. Again, Jamie Lee Price. Good vision, though. The balk to Hay opens up the captain, Harton. Back to 4. Oh, nearly got a tip on it then. Hay, another good battle. Maddie Proud just wants to get on with the job here. She's enjoying this game. Good vision.
Contact goalkeeper.
Well, it's like they have absolutely no fear in this attack line. They're letting the ball go with 100% confidence.
And they have to. Going into this game, it's such a crucial game for them. They have to have the confidence. And going into a derby, they have had success against the Giants so that they'll know that they can win this match.
Nice little baseline job there from drive from Harton. Apologies. Dwyer. Oh, rings out. Who's got the rebound? It's Sarah Clow. Long ball to Hadley. Little screen, Helen Housby.
Contact, bones offside.
Back to Turner. Singleton. Hadley again. Well, doesn't look as easy at the moment and as free-flowing as it did in that first quarter.
No,
but still don't look panicked, do they?
No, the intensity from the Giants has stepped up, which is exactly what we expect from them. But I think what I liked was Maddie Proud said this week on Centre Circle that they needed to have multiple people stand up and deliver, and this is what's happening. We see on the Harvey Norman replay that miss from Sophie Dwyer, which is not what we normally see, but a fantastic rebound by Sarah Clow.
Yeah, it's almost like as soon as Sam Wallace went down, everyone expected Helen Housby had to be the one to step up and control that whole attack line. One person can't do that.
No, they can't. And when we talk about that, I found this week when I was thinking about it, she's always shared a circle with someone who's just as dominant from her. So let's give her a couple of rounds, let her find that new leadership style, and we see people like players like Fawns and Singleton now find their kind of groove in the game and stand up as well.
But also the ones out the front. You're seeing Maddie Proud do exactly that, and Hadley as well. Oh,
again,
another miss!
Sarah Clow too, all over that. And you said miss, not something we normally see from Dwyer.
Not from there, absolutely. Well, the margin getting out there now, out to 6. Singleton, back to Hadley. Singleton, patient.
Outside. Obstruction goal 10.
Oh, and another penalty, but it's outside the circle here. Umpires struggling to be heard. So a 2-on-1. This will be easy takings for the New South Wales Swifts. Singleton has been rock solid this game. 8 from 8, 100%. Well, you know what she's doing? Keeping Sophie Fawns on the bench.
She's had a really great start. And we see Jamie Price getting a little bit of a niggle in there. But for me, we have to remember she's up against April Branley, who's been in incredible form. So not only is she doing her job for the Swifts, she's doing it in her one-on-one battle against April.
They're just playing really smartly, aren't they? Calm, patient, completely in control of this New South Wales Swifts attack line. Surely there's a timeout on its way. Yeah, there it is, just been called. So the timeout, the HCF timeout going to the Giants. And we'll get in that huddle and have a listen and see what it is Julie Fitzgerald wants to address.
You're not hearing goalkeeper, right? We've got to find our player, our own player, do our job on our own player. We are nowhere near them. Safety goes through the midcourt. We are on our own player, all the way down the court. Not running around chasing other things. We are on our own and competing on our own. Down here, strong leads to the ball. 3
energy. Once we've given that first phase, we're driving down to that circle edge. Let's get around each other. Come on. We've got to lift. There's only one option here. Here we go. Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3. Giants, let's go.
Well, you heard it there. The co-captain trying to fire up this Giants line. And Julie Fitzgerald in that HCF timeout on your own player. Pretty simple, really, but clearly that's not what's happening in this first half. We mentioned it a few times.
No, it's why Swifts are having an absolute field day, is because they can do whatever they like because there's no Giants defenders on them. We see the change, which I thought might happen to stop the damage that Hasby's done. Let's see if Lauren Moore, in goalkeeper now, can really shut her down by using her footwork and staying one-on-one.
Lauren Moore, not typically a goalkeeper, though. You'd have to say she's probably more comfortable out the front at goal defence.
She is. We did see her a little bit in Swift's days as a goalkeeper when there was a few injuries. So I think what comes into play here is her ability to read the game. So she might come out and have a fly, and her footwork will match up nicely against Housby.
Well, Singleton again on fire, even with a little rock back. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett, who is in the Swifts huddle. I'd imagine Bryony Akel is fairly happy, Caitlin.
Yeah, look, energy is high in the Swifts huddle, but you know what? Bryony wants more from her players. She wants more screens in that attacking end, so have a look for them. I'm just loving the matchup between Proud and Price at the moment, knocking each other offside just then, niggling each other. What a fantastic competition.
It's pretty awesome to watch, isn't it? The Nissan net points have evened out a little bit now. So 32 to Proud, 20.5 to Jamie Lee Price. There's your match leaders, and it's all New South Wales Swifts. That's happy reading if you're the head coach, Bryony Akel. And that is why the margin sits where it does.
For me, you can tell the New South Wales Swifts have done their game plan, and Giants have absolutely no answers at this point in the game.
Well, they need to find them quickly, don't they, Sam? Because it's starting to blow out here for the Giants. There's the last 10, and have a look. There's a whole mess of red in that last 10. 7 of them, in fact. Housby. The swing again to Hadley. Housby, Hadley. Well, it's all too easy. Another double-double. So utilising those double plays. And Helen Housby up to the challenge, 16 from 17, 94% shooting.
We spoke about on Pivot last Sunday the use of a moving circle and using triangles to open up the circle for the shooters, and they're not under pressure. Shooting like the stats that they are is exactly why that moving circle is really hard to beat and why it's working for them.
9 the difference at the moment, so some work here to do for the Giants. Who's going to do it for them, though? Dwyer, strong, under the pressure of Maddie Turner. 2.5 minutes out from the Power 5. 2 of the best Suncorp super shot takers in the competition in Harton and Dwyer. They may be called upon in just a few minutes' time. Singleton. Proud, again, she's absolutely nailing that pocket space. Oh, Singleton, wow, that was straight out of the playbook of Cara Conan. Absolutely dominating the baseline. Well, there's her shooting stats, 10 from 10. Comfortable on the right, but she's comfortable anywhere else and not having to take a single long shot yet. That is how good her footwork's been in this opening half. Hadley. Long to Singleton. Again, Proud, where she's been wanting the ball this entire game and has been allowed to have it. Surely, Sam, if that ball's constantly going in the pocket, that's something the defence in the circle should have their eyes on.
You've got 2 options, absolutely. A back defender, have a look, come out and have a fly. Not only to gain possession, but to change the momentum. We've seen Proud go there. You want to make her doubt running there. We see on the Harvey Norman replay, her drive to the pocket and a defender just jogging behind her.
Well, teams quite often talk about getting in that middle space, but if you're given the pockets all day long, you're going to take them.
Absolutely. And that's to my other point that you...
Well, Sarah Cloud tried to play it on there, but yeah, offside against Proud. So Dwyer, well, Maddie Turner nearly with the tip.
Wing defence is out.
Maddie Turner, 2 gains so far in this game as Joe Harton will chip away at this score. Let's have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. And some scrappy fighting for the ball going. Maddie Proud not being able to hold her feet. Turnover here for the Giants. Well, they timed it well. 30 seconds out from the power 5. Got to get it down court, though, to utilise it. Price. Brandley. Price. Both shooters outside the circle, but Joe Harton just toying with everyone. Narrowed the gap to 7. Centre pass to follow. And it is an HCF tactical timeout to the New South Wales Swifts. You can imagine how this conversation's going to go. 5 seconds from the power 5. 2 of the best in the competition. Let's get down to Bryony Akel and have a listen.
Really strong first prelims. Get rid of them. Who's on strike for centre pass? Yeah? Second pass, you're holding up. Hold, hold, hold. You're going to the offside. Just go. Don't wait. Helen, if you see that we're too wide, you can come out. Yeah? So, Aussie in there will try and look for high balls. Let's just keep them low to exactly what you've been doing. It's great. Yeah? Thank you. Offside option. Once they're there. Yeah? Don't go ahead. Good job. We're going to turn over from long court. We're going to treasure the ball.
But certainly some happy faces. They really look like they're just enjoying this game, the New South Wales Swifts, and so they should be, Seth.
With a start like this, absolutely. I think I love the feedback from Bryony at each quarter break, each quarter, and then within each timeout. She's really positive and demanding more from them.
Yeah, it'll be a big win for the New South Wales Swifts if they can take it. They need to, but as I said, it'll get them right back in the hunt for this season. Not a position they're used to, sitting at the bottom of the table after being premiers in season 2021. Price, looking for someone. Who is it? Hay. Oh, they're having to take some dodgy, dicey passes, aren't they, over the top. Sarah Cloud, tip on it, lucky to keep possession there, the Giants. Just heard the siren too for the power 5. So every shot now in that white arc is worth 2. And with everyone that sinks, Suncorp donating $100 to the Confident Girls Foundation as well.
Contact centre!
Hadley. Helen Housby. Well, she was waving her arms above her head like a crazy person. No one passed her the ball. Singleton. Housby again. Way too easy. Just a little step off the body to create some space and get around.
The beautiful timing that she's got. You can wait, go. And that's where it opens up. Defenders are not looking at and not giving her maybe enough credit. She's burnt them on the baseline or the backspace so many times. Bring your other goal defence back with you to work so you can stop her. Beautiful super shot from Dwyer.
Well, that gets them back to 5-2, the Giants. 3.5 minutes left in this opening half. Turner to Fraser. Throws it out of court. Well, Hadley thought the tip had come from Parmenta. Having a little argue with the umpire. Haven't got time for that, though. They've got to transition and get back into defence here. The New South Wales Swifts. Parmenta. Hay. Parmenta. Price.
Obstruction on the line.
Hay again. Turns around and sees 4 stationary attacking players. Dwyer. Well, Proud comes up with it. Just too clustered.
It is, and I think for me the difference is that turnover happened and you saw about 3 Giants players drop their head and take a deep breath.
Turnovers relatively even though, just one the difference, one more to the Giants as Helen Housby takes another. Let's have a look here at the Harvey Norman replay, just off the hands of Dwyer. Maddie Proud cleans up the scraps.
Centre contacts. Yes. Centre, you're out. On the centre side. Advantage offside, 2.
Sarah Cloud right behind Harton, trying to keep her outside the circle and away from that Suncorp super shot.
She had it. It's forward on the edge.
Maddie Proud having an absolute blinder of a game. Dwyer dribbles in, gets them back to 5. Again, 2 minutes to go. Hadley. Singleton. Great take and balance. Hadley. Proud. There's your Nissa net points match leaders again. Still all red. The New South Wales Swifts as Helen Housby adds another to her total, 20 from 21.
And if you want a brilliant attacking game plan, have a look at that last play from New South Wales Swifts. One person dominate on the first phase, second phase, and that in the shooting stats from the Swifts, 100% from Kelly Singleton. What a great start from her.
Yeah, timing has been slick, hasn't it? I was going to say schlick.
Obstruction, you've got to clear the space.
Yeah, contact. Was a lot of talking to the umpires now, pointing out the push and the shove as we see Dwyer here line up for another Suncorp super shot. Well, there was Gladwrap over the ring. It did everything but fall. And now have lost possession, the Giants. So 6 the difference, a minute to go. Swifts with possession. They'd like to control and keep this buffer heading into half-time. Bryony Akel saying turn, look down court. She's on her feet. In the back of play there. Hadley, the swing again to Proud. Well, couldn't take it, Helen Housby. There's the head coach, Bryony Akel. The Giants, again, all squashed on that far side of the court.
And Joe Harton said it in the HTF timeout, you need to use your prelims, and this is why, because you've got a New South Wales Swift on you all the time. You need to use a prelim to get them off you.
Throw in, Swift.
Well, another miss, Suncorp super shot. And this is what we talked about on centre circle the other night, the Suncorp super shot. If they fall, fabulous. If they don't, you quite often lose possession because of the distance you're taking. Well, it was a hoik and hope of a pass. Helen Housby not able to keep possession on a couple of those high balls.
You're so right, though. You sink it, you change the game. Giants are so good at super shots, you lose it, and you've lost the ball.
Well, what a strong first half from the New South Wales Swifts. They won that opening quarter 17-12. Next one a little closer, 13-12, but kept the Giants to 12 in both of those first 2 quarters. A very special moment here at halftime with all the successful New South Wales teams that have just won nationals, the 17 and under, the 19 and under, the men's open and the men's reserves. All successful tournaments at respective nationals, and a moment to be honoured by their home crowd. That would have been a very special moment for them, Sam. We've all been there before playing in the blue, and to have that sort of success across all those levels and then a moment like this, pretty special just to top it off.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. 2 years of impacted netball from COVID, and you're right, we've represented New South Wales ourselves, and to wear that blue uniform and the Waratah proudly is a memory that lasts forever. So great to acknowledge that we've had so much success from New South Wales across all different age groups and both the women and the men's.
Well, that success too then transfers onto the big stage, and we're seeing a lot of those athletes in action here. Some of them not from New South Wales, but everybody would have come through the junior ranks for their respective states. Let's get down now to the head coach of the Giants, Julie Fitzgerald. Jules, the Swifts out of the blocks. Did they take you somewhat by surprise in that opening quarter?
Not at all by surprise. I think we expected it, we talked about it, but there's certainly a lack of energy from our team out there at the moment that I'm hoping we'll see less of in the second half.
Jules, it seemed that second phase, those swing balls, the moving circle, opened up really easily for the New South Wales Swifts. How do you combat that in this second half?
Well, I'm hoping that I thought we gave them way too much room. They had all the room in the world to move, and we can't afford that. So hopefully we'll close up some of that space and be able to get our hands on more ball.
And the change with Price off and Amy Barmenta in centre with Lauren Moore in wing defence, can you give us some insight with that?
I think we had to try something different with the ball coming down the court.
All right, Jules, thanks so much for your time. We'll leave you to it. All the best in this second half. Well, she whipped that headset off. She wants to get back into this game. A big second half here for the Giants, and that will help their cause. More of those turnovers, says Julie Fitzgerald. Well, she's made some changes. Oh, well, Paige Hadley did exceptionally well to keep it in.
She has, and you can see that she's searching for something. She was really quick in her hands.
Oh, Joe Harden, sorry, I had to cut you off. Thought she dislocated her shoulder to take that ball. That was impressive.
Absolutely impressive, and not surprising from Jo. I feel like she's brought a little bit more energy to this quarter already.
Well, we made mention having a look at the change room camera at half-time. Looked very quiet, little relaxed. Didn't know if that was normal Giants sort of behaviour. Let's have a look here at the Harvey Norman replay. It's a high ball that, oh my gosh, to be a photographer getting that shot mid-air would have been an absolute beauty.
And for me, this is the change in the attitude from the Giants already. She could have let that ball go, but instead really got up on extension and made sure they didn't lose possession.
Well, the rejig in the middle has brought a little bit of spark, hasn't it? Parmenta into centre. And Lauren Moore, well, she just looks like she's got a lot more fresh legs in it, wing defence. Jo Harden takes another. So just like that, back to 4. What a start. They lead this third quarter 3-1. And there it is, the last 3 for the Giants. So started this second half.
I'd say that halftime chat from Julie Fitzgerald has helped.
Well, chat is probably putting it nicely.
Direct
that sounds like something
feedback.
Rev up. Either way, it's done the job. This is a real test for the Swifts now, though, isn't it? Because they've had the flow, they've had the momentum of the opening half. They're now at a 5-minute break. The Giants coming at them. How do they respond to that?
Well, for me, this is the difference if you work your way up to the table and you're a finals team, if you can continually adjust throughout a match. Giants, for me, if they can get themselves back in this game, they've started this quarter really well, it sets up the season. Whereas, like you said, Swifts, can they bounce back? Are they a 60-minute team?
Well, it's thoroughly opening up, isn't it? Straight to Jo Harden. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett, who's on the sideline for us.
I'm actually loving this combination with Amy Parmenta in the centre and Lauren Moore into wing defence. I think it definitely has added a lot more energy into the Giant side, and it's got the Swifts thinking in their defensive end. So looking forward to seeing how this progresses.
You're so right. Even if the changes don't actually work, the fact that they've made the changes just makes the Swifts think for a minute about what they're doing, and that in itself can disrupt what's happening for them. It's slowed them down, and it's given some momentum for sure to the Giants. Well, until that moment, a held ball.
And what Parmenta and Moore bring on in that centre court is extra defence pressure, which is what we said in the first half. There was no Giants netballer running next to the Swifts.
Well, we just saw that then. So Maddie Proud was taking nearly every ball in the pocket, but the last 2 she's only just managed to get because Amy Parmenta is on a hammer. Have a look there at the Harvey Norman replay. That defence was not there in that opening half.
No, and if you go up against a team, we know going into this game, the Swifts last week, 34 general play turnovers, their highest in this season. Their lowest has only been 19. So if you're a team, you want to continually build that pressure so the errors come.
Well, Helen Housby completely tried to take over that passage of play. She missed Singleton, who was under the post, and now they've lost possession here. So another huge win for the Giants. Well, it's turning into nearly a tennis match then. I thought the Swifts would have just won that back. And now the confidence in the ball placement has come from the Giants. They wouldn't have let that go in the first half.
No, and that's the good change, bringing Parmenta into the centre. She's letting that ball go.
The HCF timeout now. The New South Wales Swifts still leading, but Bryony Akel can certainly feel a fight back coming from the Giants. Let's have a listen to the head coach of the Swifts.
Which we can really easily fix, Kel and Helen. Yes. That we're both entering the circle too early and then waiting. And then what could they do? They work together.
saw in their timeout when they were smiling and full of energy and full of confidence. Completely different. So that in itself tells me that the Giants have done the job so far. Even though they're only winning this quarter by 1, Swifts are now starting to doubt a little bit.
They have. They've put that little bit of pressure on. They're flustered. Bri, you can tell, is trying to be really positive. I think a good coaching moment to sense that her team is panicking. We see the change with Helen Housby come out to goal attack and Sophie Fawn's back at goal shooter. But she really identified that they've gone away from what they were doing well, that they don't need to be on the same leads. Use your timing. Wait, go.
Oh, just held on to it a little bit there. Hey. Oh, Cloud. Well, she was onto it, wasn't she? The little pass off. Couldn't get it through, though, the Giants. Smart work, Sarah Cloud. She made it look like it was available. Here's the Harvey Norman replay. Left the gap there, but then got herself back between the player and the ball.
Going attack contact.
What can Sophie Fawns do? She's got to shoot that up. She's in the circle.
And that's what she's so good at. We've seen her come on full of confidence when she injects in the game. That's exactly what she wants to do. Either swing that ball like they have been or back yourself and take the shot.
Yeah, that was not confident. So, again, that'll be a big tick and a big win mentally for the Giants' defence end. They've already got a shooter that doesn't want to back herself. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay, looking everywhere else but the goalpost, and April Brandley comes up and look at Tilly McDonald's face. She's fired up. Hadley. Housby. Again, it's the pocket ball, but it's a lot more pressured. Not as easy for the New South Wales Swifts, and the pressure on these shots falling is starting to mount. There she is, Sophie Fawns, the first one on the board. 5 the difference. Turner. Well, she had to chase it to keep it alive. Maddie Proud likes it. Back to Turner. Hadley. Housby. Definitely not as free-flowing and as easy to find a feeder now for the New South Wales Swifts. Well, again, did not even sight the post, Sophie Fawns. 2 lessons early since she's entered the game. Hey, Giants down in seconds. Parmenter. Hey, again. Now they look like they've got all the time in the world, don't they? Patient to swing it around, but doesn't look panicked.
And so quick, you're right, that ball flew down the court, and they're letting it go now with confidence. They're not hesitating. And they have options to throw to.
Shooting stats not too shabby for the Giants. 100% regular time for Joe Harton, and then 50% super shot time. The pressure now is on Helen Housby, isn't it? Because if Sophie Fawns doesn't want to back herself to post, Helen Housby automatically feels the weight of the world on her shoulders.
She does, but she really needs to make the use of both Proud and Hadley. They are both leading in terms of Nissa net points and doing a really good job. So she can use them to swing and open her up in the circle.
Ball, Sophie Dwyer!
Talk about opening up in the circle.
Well, it was the timing from Joe Harton, but then to see it, recognise it and let it rip, that was Dwyer. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay here. Boom, straight through. And another turnover here for the Giants. Back to 4. And the Giants with possession. They'll have the centre pass to follow as well. They can get this back to 2. Harton. Little 1-2. Well, she's starting to toy with them a little, isn't she? Joe Harton sinks it. It's back to 3, and it's Giants centre pass.
And this is the Joe Harton that we love to see. I think for me in the first half, she was a little bit quiet and lacking that Joe Harton creativity and spark. But I think she's back.
Well, this is a monumental test now for the New South Wales Swifts. How do they respond to this? How do they stop this? Hey, well, that's going to help the offensive contact against Joe Harton. There's the siren for the Power 5. Super shots attempt so far, 3 from 7 for the Giants. Just the one crack at it for the New South Wales Swifts. They weren't forced to in that opening half. Hadley, Housby. Hadley again having to do a lot of work to free up some space. Proud, that's a better approach from the New South Wales Swifts.
Was that possession shooter? Possession?
Well, some good strong rebounding and they needed it. Proud didn't like it though. Well, I think it was Annie Sargent saying before the game that she felt like it was much more of a Swifts crowd in here the last time. Definitely not right now.
I absolutely disagree. The orange in this crowd and the energy that they're bringing, they are so loud and they're really getting behind the Giants.
Oh, look, if you had to call it right now, I would say this is going to be a Giants victory. There's just so much energy in this second half.
They have the crowd behind them, but I think for me, the games of the last couple of rounds where they've had 3 wins in a row, this is the netball they need to keep playing, and this is how they get over the line with a win today.
Well, it's got so loud in here, the players can't hear the umpire. You can just see Joe Harton. Well, that was forced down her throat. Didn't need to have so much on it from Parmenter. Swifts need to score here. Helen Housby didn't look in the circle. Hadley, Housby. Needs to sink here for Housby. It does. Back to 5. Well, they've still got a healthy buffer here, but it doesn't feel like it, does it?
No, I feel like the Giants are ahead in this game, and that's what Swifts need to do. They need to take a breath. We see the goals there going back and forth, so it's quite even in this quarter. But you're right, it feels like Giants are the ones that are winning by 10 goals.
Harton, well, she loves this distance. The Suncorp super shot and it drops for her. Joe Harton. Well, that is going to start making this interesting if the Giants can sink those. And another tip on the ball from McDonald.
And that's the difference between this first half and the second. In the first half, those super shots that we know Giants are so good at weren't sinking because the confidence wasn't there. Now, Joe Harton, hands on ball, she's deadly.
Also, no tips were really coming from the Giants' defence end. We've seen a few of those as well, so that area has definitely picked up more. Parmenter, Dwyer. Harton, again, almost the exact same spot. Can she do it again? She can! Joe Harton gets it back to 2. Well, that is how you do it. We were talking about the ebbs and flows of the super shot in that first quarter. Barnes picks up the loose ball. Oh, again, Tilly McDonald is just wreaking havoc, isn't she? Trying to disrupt as much play as possible.
And this is the energy, the loudness from the crowd, the intensity of this match. This is a derby. We're now in the third quarter seeing what a derby match can do.
Well, it's the championship quarter, they call it, and currently it's the Giants leading it by 3. Swifts, the turnover, and they're off. Well, should have been let go a little bit earlier, trying to make it as difficult as possible, the Swifts, nonetheless. Sophie Fawns. Fraser, Housby, Hadley, Fawns, Maddie Proud. Every ball Proud takes this
April
time
Branley.
Contested.
And this is the difference with Giants. You can see everywhere a red is, there's a grey following them. And this is the pressure that they needed in that first half. They're making them work for every single pass, and the speed and options aren't there anymore.
20 seconds away from the end of this quarter. It's the Swifts by 5. Suncorp super shot here. The Giants would dearly love. Got to be quick though, 9 seconds. And it's Dwyer with the opportunity to sink one. Can't do it. Oh, the New South Wales Swifts keep that 5-goal buffer, but the Giants are coming a massive last quarter coming up here from Ken Rosewell Arena. Joe Harton igniting the Giants, nailing 2 Suncorp super shots right at the end of that third quarter, and boy doesn't that set up a massive final quarter here at Ken Rosewell Arena. Currently the New South Wales Swifts up by 5, but we mentioned a lot in that third quarter how much it felt like the momentum had completely shifted to the Giants. They're up and about, they're smiling, they want to get back out there. You can see April Branley in the back of that huddle, jumping up and down. Three-quarter time, obviously brought to you by Origin Energy. And speaking of energy, there is plenty coming from that group of players. As they head out here, it's a big challenge for the New South Wales Swifts to keep this Giants side at bay. A reminder, the last time these two sides met in round 1, it was the Giants by 2. They took the Carroll Sykes Memorial Trophy, which again is on offer tonight. Can the Giants keep it, or will it be going to the New South Wales Swifts? In 15 minutes, we'll know. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett, who had an ear in the Swifts huddle.
Yeah, what I liked best about listening to the Swifts huddle is their coach, Bronnie Akel, bringing Singleton and Fawns together at the end and encouraging them, be strong, rip every ball in, turn to the post. She knows she's going to potentially have to use both of those players to get this win in the last quarter.
Well, Caitlin, you're the shooting expert. What would you have done? Would you have made that change? Singleton was good in that first half.
Yeah, look, she was good, and Sophie Fawns took a little while to warm up in that last quarter, but I think she's coming good now. You know that if she's not performing well in this quarter, you can take her off, and Singleton's going to come on with strength.
That is the beauty of the rolling subs. So keep your eye on that one, everyone at home. Will there be a change in the shooting circle for the Swifts after we just saw a monster rebound for the Giants? Parmenter. Oh, that was
Sarah Clow with the intercept. Amazing. That pass had nothing on it, but this is what we want from Clow. She's been good, but that's a really crucial intercept from her.
It was a ridiculous pass to try and throw, to be fair,
but the defender up.
But you have to be in the right place to get them, and
Front
she was.
position, used her footwork, eyes up. Great intercept.
Absolutely was. The New South Wales Swifts now can start to put a pressure on. Here is the Harvey Norman replay. There is no way in the world that was going to get through to Dwyer, but as we said, Clow had to be in the right position to take it. There's your intercept leaders. Branley having another cracking game.
And Sarah Clow again. I would have given that to her.
She saw she was sitting second for intercepts just then in that tally. Wants another. Again, the crowd not having it. So good support from both sides here. What you would expect from the Sydney derby. Dwyer, eyes only for Joe Harton. Just want to chip away at this score here, the Giants. Hadley. Fawns out off the circle. Who can she connect with? Parmenter having a blinder second half on Maddie Proud, who was untouchable in the opening half. Housby takes her time, the big deep breath as well.
They need to go back, which is what was working the first half, using their prelims and movement and having multiple options and play with confidence. There was no one beating him in that first half because every single player on court had no fear.
If only you could bottle that stuff, hey? Tough to keep going when you've got a team right on your hammer, and that is what the Giants are doing at the moment. You see the shooting stats there for the New South Wales Swifts. Some good numbers, beautiful drive from Sophie Dwyer and the release from Hay. Still 5 the difference. And And some brilliant shooting from Joe Harton. Outstanding 18 from 18 in regular time. Dwyer a little down, but she's had a good crack at the super shot, 1 from 4. Paige Hadley just walking over to the bench at the moment. Something obviously not quite right here. She's got a big poke to the head. Look at the blood, the gash there. Let's get down to Caitlin Bassett, who's probably got a bird's eye view.
Yeah, Paige Hadley, she's got a cut above her left eye. She's having to come off the court. She's got blood all over her dress, and they're doing a bit of switch around now. Taylor Fraser coming into that wing attack position. Ali Smith into wing defence. Looks like a head clash. She's running off court, but yeah, came over to the sideline. Everyone was unaware. There's a bit of blood on the court as well, so she's caught a good crack to the head.
Well, she's tough, isn't she? She walked over to the sideline, and as you say, might not have opened up completely at that point. It was a good knock, that's for sure. Looks like it's going to be a couple of stitches coming the way of the co-captain for the New South Wales Swifts, Paige Hadley.
Well, and sadly, not unfamiliar from her. She's had a head clash in a derby before and had to go off the court to get some stitches. So with that amount of blood, I'm not sure when we'd see her
Well,
back.
let's have a look and see if we can pick up what happened. Have a look at Paige Hadley here. Oh, did she just clean up Lauren Moore's chin by the look of it? Nothing much in that there on the Harvey Norman replay. In the meantime, though, Fawns under the post with ball in hand.
And Bryony up on her feet saying, let's go. This is the momentum change they need.
Well, they've weathered a little storm from the Giants, but it's not made any easier now, as you just see Smith. Oh, had a good crack.
And what an entry into this game we've seen from her. We haven't seen her yet, and that's what she's good at, getting hands on ball as Turner picks up another intercept.
Yeah, the challenge to stay in this contest made all the more harder by the co-captain in Paige Hadley going to the bench. Gosh, that felt like 10 seconds in the hands of Smith. Oh, that's potentially the pass of a cold player. It's been thrown into the heat.
And that's the fine line that you bring. You want that energy as a defence. You can see that she's bouncing around. She's in everything. But when you're in attack, you want to be really calm and not try and belt a pass to your teammate.
Just a positional change made here too. Jamie Lee Price back on. Amy Parmenter to the bench. Turner. Smith. Fraser. Well, plenty of fresh legs now on for the New South Wales Swifts. Fraser. Housby. She's been doing a lot of those quick double plays. Demands the ball back. Well, one too many. No, contact penalty against Moore. Helen Housby continues on her way. 30 from 35. And shooting all over the place, mostly on the sides of the court there, as you can see, but not being forced into any long shots. Fawns. Proud. Yeah, a little unlucky there. Jamie Lee Price was basically just standing there, wasn't she? Run over.
Wrong place, run time. What's impressed me, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay, yeah, just unfortunate that Jamie Lee Price was already standing there in clash with Maddie Proud. But for me, the New South Wales Swifts, their turnover in this game, as they force a held ball from Giants from their defensive effort. But for me, they're sitting at 17 general play turnovers for this game. Last week that they were at 34. So if they continue to do the work and score off their centre passes, for me, they're going to win this game.
The goals from the centre passes, you can see there, have been efficient from the New South Wales Swifts with 32. Helen Housby, well, she's up for any challenge in the big moments, isn't she?
And that needs to be their focus for this centre pass, is score off theirs.
Feels like that charge from the Giants has just withered away a bit.
It has, and that's all Swifts need to focus on, is just scoring off theirs. I feel like they're a bit more confident now, as we see, and Helen Housby laughs herself. They're a little bit more more confident with their movement. They're going back to what was working in that first half, and I feel like the players that have entered the court with Smith have done a really good job.
Starting to open up now for the attack line in the New South Wales Swifts. Bit more understanding between Fawns and Housby. Dwyer, Price, Parton. Better positioning, better feed that time in the Giants attack line. 10 the difference. Well, 9 the difference, and there's your shooting stats again. Joe Harton doing most of the damage in volume and accuracy. Plenty of flow now here for the New South Wales Swifts. What a drive from Helen Housby. Nearly cleaned up the goalpost in the process. New South Wales Swifts, 7 minutes gone in this fourth quarter, have kept the Giants to 2 goals.
An incredible effort from them. I think they're doing a really good job in scoring off their opportunities and finding that groove back, but really slowing up the defence, the attack end from Giants netball.
Given the firepower down in that Giants attack line, shooting circle, that is monumental. 2 goals in 7 minutes.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, Clow and Turner have done a really good job of just niggling away and slowing that ball down and creating opportunities from turnovers. Turner's only got 1 inset for the game and Clow 2, which, you know, from the Diamonds defence and maybe a little bit quiet, but I think they've done that job in terms of disruptive play as we see Tilly pick up her own game.
Yeah, Tilly McDonald come alive. There's your pickups, the top 2 of the Swifts. And then lots of that energy from Branley and McDonald that we've seen in this second half. Harton and Jamie Lee Price again. Have they got another one in them? Oh, they should have. No. Sarah Clow.
What I like from her is she's thinking about what's next. So she had her hands over that play, but knew that Joe Harton was maybe going to go, and that's why she's leading deflections with 6, because she's ready for that next pass.
Price, great take. 8 the difference, 30 seconds away from the Power 5. And the Giants have got themselves in a position where they're going to have to take them. Well, they've got to keep possession first and foremost. And it's certainly not happening as effortlessly as it did in that third quarter.
No, that's why the movement needs to come back. When Dwyer had that ball at the top of the circle, she didn't have many options to throw to, so she forced it into Harton. They need to, we can see on the Harvey Norman replay, both centre court staying there a little bit too much, and Joe Harton stretches herself over the baseline.
There it is, the siren, the start of the Power 5. Well, Helen Housby couldn't keep the ball in play, and the Swifts do not need to put themselves under any more pressure. Housby, a huge defensive play. And they've kept possession. Helen Housby puts the body on the line.
And listen to the crowd. They don't like that call one bit.
Well, if she sinks a super shot, that would be the absolute nail in the coffin, wouldn't it? No, she's going to work it in. No need to stress themselves with that at the moment.
And really smart by Housby. You don't need to put yourself under more pressure. Get as close as you can to the ring and make sure you nail that shot.
She has done some huge plays. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay here. The tip on the ball. And then up again for the take. The whack from Branley. Well, the pressure now all on Joe Harton and Sophie Dwyer and the wide arc of the goal circle. They need the ball there. They need these shots to fall. And they need to keep possession if they don't.
They do, and this is the risk that you play. I think in that third quarter, they had that confidence. Joe Harton turned, nailed the super shot. Now everything's a bit harder, and there's a risk if you take that long distance shot.
Well, Helen Housby Housby has been on absolute stretch this quarter. I don't know what that play-out was about. She's got no closer, no further away.
No, she hasn't, but this is where the New South Wales attack end need to be smart. They don't need to put each other on stretch. They're really great at playing the ball around. They can reset to the line and go again. It's a much better play.
What a full
call, yeah.
Thought she had her feet landing simultaneously, but they weren't. Branley. Hey. Dwyer. Just under 3 minutes. They need the ball in the circle and have to start draining some super shots. Sarah Clow. What a second half she has had. Fraser. Fawns.
Obstruction on fence.
Yeah, milked the penalty cleverly there from April Branley. Helen Housby, well, she's in a good position to shoot that because she's got Sophie Fawns in a great rebound position here. I'd take that shot. We're milking the clock a little. Little bit of Joe Harton revenge.
I was going to say, you know, in the derby matches, Swifts have won a lot of games from doing this, keeping possession, continually moving and throwing the ball around. The more you do that, the less chance Giants have. It's risky,
it is
but
risky.
They are good at it.
It makes me nervous because stuff like that can happen. They've lost possession.
And as I say that, talk them up. They lose possession.
Well, my coach always said, don't stuff around with the ball. Get it to goal. Put the pressure on the scoreboard. And that's why there's a time and a place for that. Not over a minute and a half out. This has got to fall for Dwyer. It's off. Cloud the rebound. The all-important rebound.
The transition from the New South Wales Swifts, I think that was 4 passes and they're down, but have a look at the rebounds. Housby 4, Clow 3. And for me, when you shoot that shot, it's about what happens next.
There's a little chuckle on the bench there. The New South Wales Swifts, I say it every week, but who would coach? And I think you can see the relief there on their faces, like they just all exhaled at the same time.
Well, for me, they've done their research this week. They've done their game plan. They've come out and executed it. And what they said was, we need to stop throwing turnovers away. Maddie Proud on centre circle on Thursday night said, we need leadership. If you've thrown one away, everyone needs to stand up and say no more. And that's the difference tonight. Well,
they've been in control the entire game, aside from that third quarter where we thought the Giants were making a serious comeback. The Giants took that one by 1. So far, though, 10-6 in this final quarter for the New South Wales Swifts. Helen Housby can't make it fall. So still 9 the difference.
Oh, massive hit from Jamie Lee Price and Maddie Proud, both in the air then when they collided. We look on the Harvey Norman replay. And that's exactly the hits that we often see in a derby, both contesting for the ball. And Jamie Lee looks a little hurt from that. She was high in the air and came down hard on the court. I think she'll swap off and we'll see Amy Sliger into the court.
There's Paige Hadley. You can see that big gash above her left eye. So we believe she got a tooth in the head, and we believe that was Lauren Moore. So she might be going to the dentist tomorrow.
Well, I think so. And we saw her come off the court, and Gemma, the physio for the Giants, check her out to make sure she was okay because it was a hard hit.
Well, there is an exhausted and a defeated Jamie Lee Price. The New South Wales Swifts will take this game. Well, they're making it hard work though, aren't they? My gosh, this last quarter has been an absolute mess from both sides. Time will be called. Look at the faces.
You need to wait for my whistle.
No, going back 2 seconds on the clock.
On my whistle.
Smith going straight to the circle. There it is, the New South Wales Swifts with a little bit of revenge in the Sydney derby. They will be absolutely wrapped, not only with a win, but over their rivals in Sydney, and by a decent margin, Sam Pullman.
So impressive. We felt there that Giants were really leading the way. The scoreline didn't reflect that, and huge win for the New South Wales Swifts. We go into round 9, 10 and 11 with matches midweek and on the weekend. A really quick turnaround, so this will be so confidence booster for the New South Wales Swifts and their season.